Well, I for one appreciate it. You don't know the half of it. It's it does. It takes a real strong person to crawl out and ask for help or find help, but it's kind of like it's never there. So it takes an even stronger person just to crawl out. I mean, I know we're talking about like you being there and me admitting it, but I do this shit all the fucking time because everybody suffers from it, and it's one of the main reasons I can just sit on the fucking internet for like hours at a time and like walk them through any fucking crisis they're going through because for some fucking reason I've just dealt with this shit alone my whole fucking life. And it's cool. It evolves you really fast, and I'm a really strong person. I'm very smart because of it. And that's all well and good, but fuck, you know what I mean? Like straight up, like fuck, cut me a motherfucking break, man. I had a great fucking weekend. Like happy as fuck. I'm not happy until like a couple months. You don't understand the word happy coming out of my mouth is fucking insane. And I actually truly do enjoy things. I am fucking happy most of the time. And it's always then. It's always right then and there. And it's not on purpose or anything. It's just like the world. Nature is just like, you know what, nigga, you can't be happy that long. Like, you are just way too happy for way too long. And because you're you and you can take so much shit, we're not just gonna hit you with an everyday regular guy problem. Like, we're gonna fucking pile that shit on your back. And then on top of it, we're gonna give you your life clients and give you people asking for your help, and you're gonna have to put it away since you are them. And that's the weirdest part about it. And you don't get to talk about that kind of shit with anybody because it's a rare thing I do. I mean, it's fucking it's rare. It happens. It doesn't happen a lot. I dedicate a lot of my time to like literally just paying attention to other people. I like to do that, and I think I'm saving the world that way. But I don't ever get to voice my opinion or talk about it, and it fucking sucks to the degree like it is. So it is what it is. I get through what I always do. I mean, I know why I do what I do. I need some sleep. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm stressed out, and people are just pieces of shit for the most part. Exceptions to the rules, but people are selfish assholes who want you to fucking drop everything for them and donate 100% of your attention and time. And here's the ironic part is when you do that, they're shocked. So they demand something out of you that they don't ever respect. I'm sorry, expect. They don't ever expect you to actually give them what they want. And when you do, they're so shocked, and it's so rare that they don't fucking pay attention to the fact that you're doing it anyway. So it's a moral dilemma because if you give them any less than your best, that's on you. And I don't think I've ever heard of a person that sits down and takes full days dedicated and not gives it 100% because it defeats the purpose of doing it. There's no reward in it. There's no expectation of reward. Just fucking every once in a while you just gotta turn to the side and talk to whatever's there. It's always my phone. And a lot of the times I'm just doing this on my phone. Like right now, I'll probably send you the video, but I'm not in your inbox right now. This is how I do it. I just freestyle rap for the most part, but sometimes I just sit down and talk because it has to be spoke out. Thought process gets moving and start to think of plans and ways to change it. And if you want to change it, it's fucked up, man. It's a fucked situation, and it's not gonna be gone until tomorrow. And I have the kind of brain that's not gonna let me sleep until I talk this shit out and sit here for a while and stare at a fucking show I've watched for fucking 10 years in a row. Ironic. And then there's the irony in that actual role because if you were a therapist, they wouldn't be coming to you. So the idea that some sort of normal person, quote unquote, walks around amongst people with such failures and broken identities, that puts people in a shocking state, like a shock and all kind of state of mind. And it's almost involuntary to a degree. Everybody has an involuntary regurgitate button, and mine goes into my phone. Always, it's always gone into my phone, and in a weird backlash kind of way of the destruction of society because of social media. Like I now get to share it, which I never would have done that if I didn't record my insecurities, angst, woes, fears, and fucking gripes into a phone. So then like I don't erase them and I go back and I'm like, you know what, man, that could help somebody else, and that's how this shit all started. Because I mean, I sit here and it looks like I got all kinds of fucking answers and knowledge and shit like that. I've experienced them. Smart dude. And, I mean, I know what I'm doing, but so does everybody else. It's just for the most part, everybody's really fucking selfish. They really are, and it's never good to be that person. Not that you're not doing good, but it's not good to be that person because the way I see it is they're going to you because they used to do it to me is they don't want to go to anybody else because the other people in their lives they don't want to piss off, or they so people that don't go to actual therapists tend to choose nice people, very nice listening people with solid advice, but they do that so they can disagree with the advice when the advice isn't nice or solid. And that's one of the things I do is I will fucking go hard. Like if I reach out to you, because I try to reach out to them, and that changes the mindset right away, because no one's coming to me, no one even wants to talk. But when they hear somebody who's completely willing to talk, and not only willing to talk but knows exactly the fuck he's talking about, there's a human moment there where they like a fucking drunk at the bar just start regurgitating every woe. So I try to go to them because it changes the shift of power. But the people that come to you, and I'm not talking shit, but they're just coming to you to get a cliche solid ear because they have to regurgitate information so they can deal with it and move on. And that's what I was bitching about earlier, is that's part of the fucking isolation. And the phone, man, I know the fucking phone, it's like a journal, but the way I speak is so much more than words on the page, because we've come to a point in society where our words are in a character formation on a computer screen, so no one gives a fuck about words on a page anymore. And I truthfully, it's sad to see that go, because I love grammar, the written word, the way you structure sentences, paragraphs, and how everything has different meanings: solid meaning, metaphor meaning, and then face value. So you got like 5 demographics with like one book. But I don't know, solid information, solid advice is always important, but always don't forget to like vent. Don't forget that shit, because this shit'll kill you. This shit'll fucking kill you. And if you were a therapist, you wouldn't be good at it. No, none of us would be. Like, too many rules, regulations, and structures. The reason I get to do what I do is because they trust me. I mean, a drug addict trusts me because I fucking shot heroin for a long time. Why shouldn't you trust me? Like, I'm standing here in front of you with solid ass sound advice, with the education that perceives most, and a fucking overall outlook that's more positive than an NA meeting. Like, I trust me too. I totally want to talk to me. Problem is, I can't find another me. So I end up doing this, and it works well, and it helps both people, both parties. So there's all kinds of benefits from just bringing it back to a little bit of human interaction. So, like, no longer, if this becomes a normal thing, which it will, because people miss human interaction. Like, people our age and shit, that we don't give a fuck about the 60 million people on Facebook that hit the like button. Like, when I go back and check my posts, I look for certain people. Like, people I click with, people I talk to, and I tend to talk to the same people, such as you, and I notice it. I'm like, oh shit, I wonder what my boy said. They just want to see likes. They just want to see the fucking like button go up, and it releases dopamine, and it's designed to do that. Like, it's an initial reaction, and then it goes away like a drug, and then they go chase it again, so they stop talking to us, and they get somebody else's attention, and that's the fucking problem. Like, you don't even know how to give one person your attention, and you want the whole fucking world to look at you? Are you kidding me? If a girl can't hold down a conversation with me without fucking talking to somebody else, then, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I mean, it takes some attention to hold down a conversation with me when we're actually talking. If you can't hold down a conversation with me, then you're just an attention whore. And I'll say that proudly and loudly, like, that's exactly what you are. And I don't need those kind of people in my life, especially over a social media platform, which is ironically weaker. It becomes more hurtful, in my opinion, and they think it's not a big deal. Oh, well, fuck, it's not a big deal, just Facebook. Well, I mean, it is just Facebook, so why the fuck would you just I can't believe that. You went out of your way to, like, get a hold of me. You inboxed me. You called me over. And they do it all the time to me. I mean, I extend my hand, but I get them through their little issues, and I fucking do what I do, and then it just turns bad quickly, so I usually just part ways, and you have to do that in kind of rude ways sometimes, so before I get really upset, I just kind of tell them I'm backing up, and that's one of my famous lines. I'm just going to back up now, because I'm emotionally involved in a very, very human way, and you're not. So I'm about to get very upset, and I don't know when it's going to happen, and you're going to say something, and all this shit I know, I'm gonna unleash. And mainly I'm talking about girls at this point, because, let's face it, that's what's happening, and I talk to a lot of girls, and I'm trying to help them, and it's not like a fucking creeper status or anything like that. And that's what really pisses me off, because if I was trying to fuck them, it'd be a completely different story. It's a very quick conversation when I'm trying to fuck them. Like, if I want to fuck you and you're giving me a bunch of shit, it's like, I don't need this shit, and I'm not a bad looking dude. I'll just go talk to the girl who messaged me right after you did. but I'm not trying to fuck them. In the aspect of that, I'm trying to like talk to them as a person and actually ask for my help, and then you just walk away in the middle of it. So it's my attempt at bringing back respect and actual conversation into conversations.